I play often in situations where my sense of what goes out in the room, the feeling that I get back to me, is not necessarily very well represented in the monitoring or whatever it is that I have. So there's a certain feel that the mouthpiece has to have for me to have the confidence that what actually goes out is what I intend to go out. I've developed my own sort of tests for what I want a mouthpiece to be able to do. One of the things that I learned early on, or was taught early on, was that you always had to adjust pitch depending on if you're playing really soft as opposed to really loud. That's something that I've found out later on is something that is built into the facing of a mouthpiece, and you can actually face that out. So these are the little things that you may not be conscious about fully when you're playing, but you subconsciously adjust for it all the time. And those are things that I've noticed will make a player tired in the chops in your embouchure. Pitch slotting, especially in the altissimo range, you can easily hit altissimo notes, but they don't feel like they click into a spot, And also the ability to bend notes easily without having to do too much work yourself. I want the mouthpiece to be able to carry as much of the work as possible. So if you bend a note, sometimes if the facing is not optimal on the mouthpiece, you will get a note that bends to a certain point and then it kind of collapses and it falls down, right? There's also an even response from the lowest notes to as high as you can go, that it feels like it's one instrument that you're playing. Sometimes it feels like there's a range shift, especially on Mark 6 saxophones. I think that there's once you get to the palm keys, it just feels a little bit like it's a different instrument. But you can actually get rid of some of that feel with the mouthpiece as well. And the last thing that I also look for is a subtone to full voice sound. So it should be that it just feels like you can just go subtone to full tone and then that's it. That's also something that lays in how the mouthpiece is set up. Those are my personal preferences. I've found that it's a lot of other people's preferences too. And I have a few friends who have very, very particular thoughts about what they want from their mouthpieces. So it's interesting to work with them because that's an ongoing discovery of what else can we find.